WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for being with us for 12 News at noon. I'm Jess Lipson. Omer Nutra, a student accepted to Binghamton University, deciding to take a gap year, has been confirmed to have died during Hamas attacks, according to a CNN report. Nutra was from Long Island and served as a tank platoon commander for Israel Defense Forces. A CNN report says the 21-year-old was killed on October 7th when Hamas launched terroristic attacks. The IDF said his body is still being held captive by Hamas. Nutra's parents, Ronan and Orna, were advocates for his release and the well-being of all the hostages. Ronan told 12 News back in February, quote, "This is not a political issue. Some of them are young babies. Some of them are elderly. They were taken out of their beds and they needed to get back to their home. It's a humanitarian issue," end quote. Hamas militants killed more than 1,000 and took hostages on October 7th, 2023 attack against the Jewish state. President Joe Biden has given his son a, quote, "full and unconditional pardon." Hunter Biden had faced up to 42 years in prison for gun and tax crimes. Now he's likely to remain free, as Amy Kiley reports.
Joe Biden's pardon here of his son, in all likelihood, to a virtual certainty, did spare Hunter Biden from having to go to prison.
Hunter Biden is vowing to help others struggling with addiction after receiving a full pardon from his father. President Joe Biden says he changed his mind about clemency for his son because he thinks politics has caused a miscarriage of justice.
We'll never know definitively whether Hunter Biden was given lenient treatment or harsher treatment because of his name, but I can tell you based on my experience, he was certainly given different treatment than an ordinary person.
Hunter Biden is convicted of possessing a firearm while addicted to or using illegal drugs and has pleaded guilty to tax crimes related to money he has since repaid. In total, the charges against him carry a maximum sentence of 42 years in prison.
I think what happened in this case is the pendulum sort of swung from one extreme to the other, and you ended up with an outcome that the president felt necessary to issue a pardon on.
Republicans are blasting the pardon. It's unlikely to go over well with Democrats either. But analysts say the president's overriding motivation wasn't political.
What you're talking about here is, Biden taking a step that is going to be very controversial, even with his own party, to protect his son.
As a father, it was probably pretty difficult not to proceed.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The number of undocumented migrants crossing the southern border fell in November. According to the senior U.S. official, the U.S. Border Patrol arrested around 47,000 migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border last month. That's down from the more than 56,000 migrants who were arrested in October. Homeland Security officials have credited the Biden administration executive action on immigration for the dramatic decline over the recent months. The number of people unlawfully crossing along the northern border also dropped last month. Rebel forces are expanding their control in Syria. They claim to have made significant gains in northern countryside of Aleppo, capturing several towns and villages. A consulting fellow with the Middle East and North Africa program at Chatham House spoke to CNN about who is backing the rebels. Take a listen.
This is something that I think is still debatable, because if you look at official statements, that right now it seems that Turkey, which at least generally supports some of the rebel factions that have participated in the fight, they're saying that we are not part of the operation and we are not supporting it. Groups on the ground, they also indicate that Turkey did not support the operation but did not oppose it either.
Syrian and Russian jets are stepping up their strikes on rebel forces in northern Syria after a surprise rebel offensive cost the regime control of Aleppo, the country's second largest city. The newly formed rebel coalition calls itself the Military Operations Command. So far, it has captured key sites across Aleppo, including the airport. The rebels also claim control of all of Idlib. It's that time of year where people are making their list and checking it twice. But holiday shoppers have something else to think about. What should they get in case President-elect Trump's proposed tariffs go into effect? Smartphones are a favorite gift during the holidays, and experts say now is the time to get one. A recent analysis from the Consumer Technology Association suggests prices could rise by 26% due to proposed tariffs on imports from China, which manufactures the majority of smartphones. You should also consider replacing that household appliance that may be on the fritz. Now, according to the National Retail Federation, the tariffs would cause the price of the average appliance to go up by nearly 20%. Other products that will cost more include gaming consoles and laptops. On one of the biggest holiday shopping weeks is here with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. CBS News' Miami's Nakia Carrero spoke with a cybersecurity expert on how you should protect yourself when shopping for the right gift.
With the holidays here, more people are looking for the best deals. I spoke with an expert about scams happening this year and what you should do when shopping in person and online.
They want your name, they want your email address, your social, your bank account information.
With more people submitting carts online, cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre says that means more opportunity to fall victim to scammers. He says you're seeing more and more copycat websites.
Don't get an unsolicited email and all of a sudden click on the link. You're going to want to go to www.companyname.com and from there look at all of their Black Friday deals.
He says another thing to watch out for is deals that sound too good to be true.
If the pairs of shoes are typically $200 and they're selling it for $50, probably doesn't make too much sense.
Another troubling trend, imposters posing as delivery companies, like this text message posing as the United States Postal Service. But it's not just delivery companies.
They're going to send a text message acting as if they're SunPass, and then they're going to say, well, you owe $10. And then, oh, okay, I don't know why my car didn't register. Yes, I was traveling for the holidays. Let me go ahead and pay the $10. And they got your money.
Andre warns about another scam using AI technology. Hackers are creating ads using the likeness of celebrities to bait people into making purchases and then stealing their bank information. In Sweetwater, Nakia Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
It was a record-breaking Black Friday for online shopping. New numbers from Adobe Analytics show that online shoppers spent $10.8 billion on Black Friday, up $1 billion from last year. And Adobe expects Cyber Monday will be even bigger than that. MasterCard reports online Black Friday sales were up nearly 15%, while in-store sales grew less than 1%. And what did people buy? MasterCard said jewelry, electronics, and apparel were the top purchases. Americans are expected to spend $902 per person on gifts, food, decorations, and other items this holiday season. That's according to an estimate from the National Retail Federation. Stoli Group USA, the owner of the Stoli Vodka, has filed for bankruptcy. The company is dealing with slowing demand for spirits, a cyber attack, and legal battles in Russia. Stoli Vodka and Kentucky Owl Bourbon will continue to be available on store shelves while the company navigates the Chapter 11 process. And brain rot has been named Oxford's Word of the Year for 2024. The term has been widely used to describe the impact of over-consuming low-quality content, particularly on social media. In the past year, the use of the term brain rot has increased by 230%, but according to the Oxford University Press, it was first used more than a century ago by author Henry David Thoreau in his book Walden. Brain rot was picked after a public vote by 37,000 people. It beat out a handful of shortlisted contenders, including lore, romantasy, and demure. Crazy, crazy words. A touching story of the community keeping one woman alive. Coming up on 12 News at noon, we hear how police transport by helicopter got her in time for surgery.
You might be surprised by what's inside your house. Stanley Steamer's air duct cleaning begins with a free in-home inspection of your furnace and ductwork. A firm upfront quote means that there's no surprises. Enjoy less dust, relief from allergies, and a more efficient system with air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer.
Remodeling your bathroom? It's easy to get confused with all the flashy offers out there, but at Bath Fitter, we keep it straightforward. We have clear pricing, 40 years of experience, and over 100,000 satisfied local customers. Since Bath Fitter owns the whole process, from design to manufacturing to installation, we deliver the best quality product at a lower cost, allowing us to back your project with an industry-leading lifetime warranty. Call us today.
Being a personal injury lawyer is tough business. I know. I'm Joe Stanley, and I've been doing this for a while. And it's letters from clients like John that keep us going.
John from Canastota says, the Stanley team is the best move I made after my accident. They've made a horrible experience in my life better. They were always there for me, always on top of all my needs as a client.
Stanley Law, there for you.
It's the end of the year countdown sales event at the Matthews Import Center. That means reduced prices on hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, over $5 million worth of inventory, ready for immediate sale, with rates as low as 5.99% APR for 72 months. At the Matthews Import Center in Vestal or MatthewsAuto.com.
So, I'm guessing that meeting with your lawyer went well the other day? Oh, yeah. I love my lawyer.
Nobody loves a lawyer until they need one. If you've been injured, call James Alexander Law.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
I was living in my home, and it's very lonely. Being alone in a big house, even though I had Meals on Wheels, I was isolated. Coming to Hilltop, that was a big change. I really felt comfortable here. I feel secure. I go to the wellness center to keep me in shape. Leg exercises and arm strength. I can get around without a walker or anything like that. It helps keep you physically in good shape. And I love it. I love it here.
Stanley Steamer cleans carpet, tile, hardwood, upholstery, air ducts, and more. Leaders do things the right way. That's why we use the most powerful trucks and the best trained technicians in the industry. When you need the best quality whole home deep cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER.
This Health Minute is brought to you by UHS. Your care, your way.
It's that time of year. You want a good deal on all those presents, but toys can turn dangerous if gift givers aren't careful.
We've seen over the past year over 200,000 trips to the emergency rooms associated with toys, and unfortunately about 10 deaths.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says there are ways to make sure what you're buying is safe. First, make sure the present is age appropriate. To do that, look for labels on the packaging.
For any children that are under 3, we really worry about things can cause choking or suffocation.
That includes watching out for button batteries and other small items within a toy that can be swallowed or inhaled. Water beads can be especially dangerous if ingested.
They're really easy just to spill, get lost in the carpet, and you're not going to find all of them, but your child is crawling on the floor will.
If you're planning to give a present with wheels, whether it's a bike, scooter, or motorized scooter, the CPSC says to also make sure you gift safety equipment like a helmet to go along with it. And if you're shopping online, make sure it's a reputable site.
Take a look not only at what the platform is, but also who the seller is. And if you don't recognize the seller's name or think twice about whether or not you want to buy from them. And if the deal is too good, you really want to think twice about whether to buy from that person or not.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
New York State Police are sharing the story of a woman who they helped get to the hospital for her heart transplant, despite the weather getting in her way. The 64-year-old woman and her husband had left Rochester to drive to Cleveland for her surgery. They got stranded in the town of Portland, and the woman's condition became critical. A nurse was able to get a hold of New York State Police, who found and drove her to Jamestown Airport in Chautauqua County, where the storm was cleared. She was then flown to a Cleveland clinic. State police say the work of medical staff, officers, and transportation teams led to, quote, an incredible story of perseverance and coordination. A major snowstorm threw a wrench in the post-Thanksgiving commute for millions of Americans as more snow and bitter cold temperatures continue in parts of the Northeast and Midwest. CBS News correspondent Naomi Ruckham shows us the rough conditions as winter takes hold.
Several feet of snow blanketed parts of the country this Thanksgiving weekend, complicating an already congested commute for millions.
Let's just say I had to plow my own driveway with my car, but
maybe like 24 inches. It's up there. My other cars are all glued in.
Nearly 2 feet fell in parts of Ohio, Michigan, and New York, with snow falling as fast as 3 inches an hour in some spots. In Buffalo, die-hard Bills fans braved the storm for their team, despite some saying it was the worst game day snow they'd ever seen.
We take a lot of pride in coming out and dealing with the elements. And when we get snow, it just fires us up even more.
The severe weather hit as nearly 80 million Americans traveled at least 50 miles from home this holiday weekend, including a record more than 5 million people hitting the skies. Outside D.C.'s Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, traffic backed up for nearly a mile. Some travelers waited 2 hours, bumper to bumper. Others hopped out of their cars and ran.
It's insane, yeah. I literally just got off the taxi. I was there for 20 minutes or so in standstill and was up to like $30, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not racking up a $500 bill.
And though the holiday rush takes a brief pause until Christmas, forecasters anticipate more snow and even colder weather in the days ahead.
Frigid air now moves over the eastern third of the country with temperatures about 10 degrees below average. Some good news, though, most of the heavy accumulation of snow has passed. The state of Utah is kicking off Avalanche Awareness Week to help people stay safe on the slopes. The Utah Avalanche Center reported 6 avalanches in the Salt Lake Mountains over the holiday weekend, with 4 of them caused by humans. No one was hurt in any of the incidents. A forecaster with the Avalanche Center says to avoid avalanche terrain, skiers and snowboarders should stay on slopes less than 30 degrees.
We always recommend that people travel with a beacon, a shovel, and a probe, and a partner. The beginning of the season is a great time of year to double check and make sure that your beacon, all the software is up to date. If you're carrying an airbag, that software is up to date, and do some beacon practice with your partners while we wait for some more snow to fall.
For avalanche safety, it's also recommended to travel with a beacon, a shovel, a probe, and partner. But I'm sure Brian will tell us that we don't have to worry about avalanches.
You know, I'm going to say rare, but not uncommon. Probably not quite the extent of what they have through the Rockies. Now, as far as our weather, we do have a new season. Meteorological winter arrived yesterday, and we just have a wintry forecast over the next few days. Now, locally, there's not much showing up on the surface chart, but we do have breezes turning westerly, and we have that cold air in place. You can really feel that this afternoon. With the cool conditions, with the light wind, we are talking about a little lake effect snowfall. As far as our next weather maker, a more significant weather maker, we are going to see a body of low pressure develop off the Canadian Rockies. That's actually going to track to our north by Wednesday into Thursday. That's going to give us we'll say a better chance of a widespread snowfall, but things are still on the spotty side. And I'm going to stick with the partly to mostly cloudy skies. And you can see the snow showers. Some of that, we'll say some moderate snowfall, Tompkins County, northern Cortland County, but you can see how some of that does extend into Broome, we'll say northeastern Broome County, maybe just east of Whitney Point over toward Greene. There's Norwich, so Highway 12, maybe 206, even western, extreme western Otsego County getting a couple of snowflakes this afternoon. As far as the snowfall, I said anything from nothing to maybe a half inch for today, but you can see the lake effect bands, Lakes Ontario, Lake Erie. We do have winter weather advisories out near Syracuse, lake effect snow warnings over toward the Jamestown area, but we'll see the clouds, the lake effect snowfall for today and into tomorrow by Wednesday. That low is going to be to the north, but you can see we do have that, we'll say, more widespread snowfall, maybe 1 to 3 inches for Wednesday into Thursday. This will be followed by some colder air once again by Friday into Saturday, and you guessed it, with the west wind and northwesterly wind, we are going to keep the lake effect in the forecast for Friday, Saturday, maybe a 20% chance of snow showers on Sunday. Looks like we have cloudy skies, a little bit of blue in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. We're at 28 degrees, west wind at 9 miles per hour. Just a little bit of a chill in the air. Temperatures for the lunch hour, we're in the 20s, the 30s. Forecast high for today is 34 degrees. We get partly to mostly cloudy skies, snow showers, northwest wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, cold with snow showers, lows near 20 degrees, west wind at 3 to 8 miles per hour. For tonight, we could see nothing to maybe an inch in accumulation. We could pick up maybe another trace to maybe an inch for your Tuesday, but overall that chance of snowfall is low for Monday and Tuesday at 20%. 34 degrees for a high tomorrow. There's that clipper to our north by Wednesday into Thursday. We do bump that chance of snowfall up to 40%. 32 for a high on Wednesday, 30 on Thursday. Chance of snowfall for Friday into the weekend. It's low, drops down to 20 to 30%, but we are going to have some colder weather moving in. By Friday, a high of 26 degrees, 28 on Saturday. Temperatures try to rebound on Sunday. 20% chance of showers with that high of 32 degrees. Overnight lows will be in the teens and 20s. The average high this time of the year is around 39 degrees. So daytime highs running maybe about 5 to 10 degrees below average. Overnight lows, it's going to get cold with those lows in the 20s and teens. Winter, again, the official start of winter around December 21st, but some colder weather over the next few days.
All right, we were supposed to wait till winter to get those freezing temperatures. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I think for this year we were talking about, I think it was supposed to be above average precipitation, near normal temperatures, maybe temperatures a little above average. So I'm sure we'll break out of the cold snap pretty soon, but just a little winter chill in the forecast over the next few days.
Alrighty, and I feel like the above average precipitation is probably necessary with what we've been dealing with for the months beforehand.
It is. I was over by Troy over the weekend, Troy, New York, and they have a reservoir in town, and it was like 12 degrees, about 12 feet below what it normally is. So it's a small reservoir, but still significantly lower. So I think we need rainfall, snowfall all over the northeastern U.S.
Alrighty, bring on the snow, hold off on the cold, but I don't know about that.
Sometimes they go hand in hand.
Thank you, Brian. As we head into December, or we'll have some stories when we get back after the break.
UHS Virtual Walk-In is healthcare made easy. Schedule a real-time on-screen visit with a trusted UHS provider. It's convenient, secure, and saves time, all from the comfort of home. UHS Virtual Walk-In.
For over 25 years, Lovesac has been rewriting the rules of comfort. It's okay to change your style. Get messy. Get immersed. With Lovesac, you make the rules.
If you have taken Depo-Provera birth control shots and developed a brain tumor, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the attorneys at Harding Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. That too. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma, and now approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
I'm William Mattar. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle crash, call my firm right now. Any time of day, 24/7. Injury crashes don't keep business hours, and neither do we. Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar, 444-4444.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. Most plans include the Humana Healthy Options Allowance, a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. The Healthy Options Allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now and ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And remember, annual enrollment ends on December 7th. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
As we head into December, the Binghamton area has plenty planned to help usher in the holiday season this week. Tomorrow at the Forum Theater, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis will perform holiday classics. The program features 15 musicians playing more than 20 instruments with multimedia effects accompanying them. You can purchase tickets online or avoid fees by visiting the Mirabito box office at the Visions Veterans Memorial Arena. The show is tomorrow at the Forum at 7:30. Doors open an hour in advance. The Rod Serling School of Fine Arts at Binghamton High School is celebrating its namesake with screenings of his films. It's all in celebration of the Rod Serling Centennial on Thursday at 7. They'll show Patterns at the Helen Foley Theater with a talk back following the movie. Other showings continue throughout the weekend. All screenings are free with refreshments available for purchase. Visit rodserling.com for more information. The Village of Endicott is celebrating the community with 2 events this week. The first is tomorrow at 2, when the village will host its Washington Avenue ribbon cutting ceremony. Construction crews have been working to revamp the area over the summer. On Thursday, the village will host its Christmas tree lighting at 6 p.m. There will be holiday cookies and hot cocoa at the Endicott Visitor Center at 1009 East Main Street. Now take a look at this. What does a billionaire do with a $6 million banana? Eat it, of course. The viral artwork named Comedian by artist Maurizio Quintalan consisted of a banana duct taped to a wall. The installation sold for $6 million in 2019, but last week it went back on the auction block and sold for slightly more, an eye-popping $6.25 million. The buyer was Chinese collector and cryptocurrency founder Justin Sun. He celebrated on Friday by eating the banana. How did it taste? In a post on X, he said, quote, "For a banana with such a backstory, the taste is naturally different from an ordinary one," end quote. That said, the banana and the duct tape were not the originals from 2019. We brought that story last time, and I was wondering, how in the world is a fruit, like we all got to start, just get a kiwi, get an apple, duct tape it to some art, make some money. But he ate it. How? You can't eat it. You got to save that. I wish I had money to spend on $1 million fruit and then eat it. That's going to do it for us here at 12 News at Noon. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always stay up to date with us on our website, WBNG.com, or our 12 News app. Enjoy the rest of your day.